Greetings, Ventures. This is Lorne, your guild advisor, and this is my review on Bottom-Tier Character Tomozaki Volume 3. This series is written by Yuki Yaku, illustrated by Fly, and published by Yen Press. Winifred Bird is the translator for the series. Bottom-Tier Character Tomozaki Volume 3 builds upon what made Volume 1 and 2 so enticing. The themes of self-improvement and the ability to express one's true self continue to shine in this installment as we get to experience the further growth of Tomozaki as a character and the development of the excellent supporting cast. Tomozaki's web of relationships expands, and he starts to truly appreciate how far he's come in the journey of the past two novels. It's now summer vacation, opening a ton of new opportunities outside of school for Tomozaki to interact with people and continue improving himself. Due to Hinami's rootless curriculum, he's never allowed to be comfortable. But the new experiences and situations he's thrown into throughout this third installment serve to expand his worldview and continue to challenge Tomozaki in ways only the game of life can. I've said this before, but my favorite part of the series, which the author, Yuki Yaku, absolutely nails, is the characters. So many characters, even outside Tomozaki, have amazing scenes and developments throughout this volume. Fuka, who I always thought was just a nice cute girl, has incredible wholesome moments throughout the story. Before, she existed as this character that was completely separate from the other ones, barely interacting with the supporting cast and mostly just with Tomozaki. However, this volume completely changed my perception of Fuka, turning her into my favorite girl of the bunch. She's used as the perfect foil to Tomozaki's interactions with the other characters. Truthfully, if not for Fuka, Tomozaki probably would not have reached the conclusions he does toward the end of this novel, a conclusion that evolves Tomozaki in such an outstanding way. I cannot wait to see how Fuka grows as a character herself from this point forward as well. Mimimi continues to be a hugely positive force, always bringing fun and joy in her scenes. The friendship she establishes with Tomozaki from the second volume is well represented here, and it becomes abundantly clear that Tomozaki is starting to get comfortable being around the supporting cast, where before, he would stress in certain situations, such as going to a clothing store or talking at the train station. You can tell by the way the other characters interact with Tomozaki that he has grown and he's being gradually accepted. Mizuzawa, who had a much bigger role in the second volume, is also further developed both in his relationship to Tomozaki as well as his own character. He's played the role of the observer when it comes to Tomozaki, and it is those experiences that start to spin his character in a different direction, which made a very interesting development, one that I'm excited to see expanded further in the series. Hinami, for the most part, remains the same, but some of her perspective starts to be challenged and we are presented with some questions. What exactly drives Hinami to be the perfect heroine? What caused her to live life in the perspective of a player, viewing relationships and progress as milestones in games, rather than valuing them for what they are? Hinami is a fascinating character, and we're slowly learning more about her in each volume. I'm excited to see where Yaku-sensei takes her. Even Nakamura, who has been very antagonistic towards Tomozaki, has some pretty expansive scenes in this volume, and the group dynamic of the male group is overall lively and hysterical. There are also some wholesome scenes in this volume involving Tomozaki's sister. As always, the playful banter and competitiveness between Hinami and Tomozaki remains a staple of the series. Yaku-sensei continues doing a very good job writing a dialogue in scenes involving a multitude of characters. Each person has a distinct personality, so it's never too difficult to tell what each character is saying, even in the more chaotic scenes. Besides the characters themselves, another point I'd like to highlight is small foreshadowing and planting in small details throughout the series, showing how far thought out the story is. What seemed like a minor detail from Volume 1 is brought back and plays a somewhat large role in a conflict Tomozaki and the other characters try to resolve. The catalyst for their efforts is also very innocent, and showcases to Tomozaki himself that he is starting to appreciate the game of life and the relationships with these characters he otherwise would have never had. If I had to bring up any negatives with this volume as a whole, they are largely minimal. There is a particular gaming session between Hinami and Tomozaki that was hard to follow due to a certain inconsistency when it came to the prose, but that didn't take away from the scene. It felt more like a small translation error. Also, at times, it does feel like Yaku-sensei can go overboard when it comes to describing physical appearances, especially regarding the females of the series, but seeing as the story is told from Tomozaki's first-person point of view, and he's relatively new to spending time with other people, along with being a high schooler, it's not too off-putting. I can also see this as a quirk of the author, who has some very interesting focuses when it comes to his afterwords at the end of his books. I don't blame him. Fly's illustrations continue to be gorgeous in this volume, especially the color pages. Plus, the descriptions of the females is balanced out by some humorous scenes involving the males of the series, though I'm not too sure I needed the added detail of a particular character shaking off the last few drops in the bathroom. I'm fine without that imagery. Seeing Tomozaki struggle and yet enjoy himself as he works towards his goals of self-improvement remains entertaining and inspiring. He adjusts to new situations throughout this novel, and it's not always a walk in the park, but he grows in an immense way, especially at the end of this installment. It's hard reading through this novel and not reflecting back on your own life. Maybe I should approach this person in school or work and get to know them better. Maybe setting goals for ourselves and stepping out of our comfort zones little by little can foster relationships just like the ones Tomozaki is starting to build and enjoy. It's truly satisfying watching Tomozaki's journey of self-improvement and how he inspires the others around him who see him make that effort to change, wanting to reform themselves as well. This series really shows us it's never too late to change how we see the world. I can't wait to see where the next installment of this series takes our characters next. To read the light novels, which are published by Yen Press, you can find the first 3 volumes in both physical and digital formats on most websites where you can find books, such as Amazon, Google Play Books, Bookwalker, and Right Stuff. The 4th volume is currently scheduled to release on August 18th. If you like the Tomozaki series, I would also recommend My Youth Romantic Comedy Is Wrong As I Expected and Rascal Does Not Dream of Bunny Girl Senpai, both also published by Yen Press. Like Tomozaki, they both also feature high school settings and fun banter and relationships between the characters. One of my future videos will be a spoiler discussion regarding Volume 3 of Tomozaki, where I say what I enjoyed in specific about the installment, and also some speculation on what comes in the future. Those who have knowledge of the untranslated light novels, please refrain from posting spoilers about the series' future. Yaku-sensei actually liked my tweet about my Why You Should Read Tomozaki video, and that really fires me up to make more Tomozaki and light novel content in general. It was insane when Omori-sensei liked one of my past Danmachi tweets, and it's even more insane that Yaku-sensei found my tweet without me even adding him. If you want to see more videos like this or love the Danmachi franchise, which is a big focus on my channel, please give this video a like, subscribe to the channel, follow me on Twitter, and join my Discord. This is Lorne, your guild advisor, signing out.